Hello and welcome to the video series of the New Leaf Initiative. Today we are going to discuss a poem known as The Brook, written by Lord Alfred Tennyson, and it's a part of the 8th grade Tulip English series book. It is the 5th poem in the book and it is a very allegorical poem, which means that the writer is using a lot of personification, which is another poetic tool which you need to explain to your children before you start doing this poem. So the teacher should introduce the poem by giving a very short summary of the poem, but it is also important for the teacher to explain to the students what personification really means, give them examples of how poets in the past have used personification in their poems, and how your children as well can use the poetic tool of personification to make their poems even more lively. Now, what is personification? Personification is a poet's tool in which the poet personifies something which is non-living, that is, treats something non-living as living. For example, in this poem, the poet treats the brooks as if he were a man. So in this poem, The Brook, the poet compares the life of the brook to that of a man. He says that the brook, when comes from haunted places, is fresh and lively. It is compared to a man at his young age. He behaves as if he is energetic and fresh. The brook slows down when it reaches the plains, which is compared with a man who has the burden of his family, his job and his surroundings. But the poet concludes that the brook is immortal because it joins the mighty ocean and becomes a part of it. But man is born and he dies and is immortal. He compares different stages of a brook with that of the man, and he uses a lot of attractive words describing its movement and sound, and it is really a wonderful poem with a lot of sounds, and that is what we will use to gain the children's attention for this particular poem. It will be really great if you can take your kids out for a book walk. Now, what is a book walk? You take your kids outside the classroom and move around with them as you read the poem. So during your book walk, you take your children to different places, and since Kashmir is a very beautiful place, I'm sure you will have beautiful spots on your school campus. So you can take your children to all these places and read a stanza each with the children at these places. Now, in this particular poem, have the children invent a sound effect for each stanza, because you see, in the initial stages, the brook rushes down the hills and valleys, and while it does that, it chatters energetically. So the poet has used words like chatter, bubble, bobble, etc. to highlight the playful childlike attitude of the brook, which you can actually use with your children. In the final stages of his journey, the brook actually sobers down, and it is described with words like steal, slide, murmur, loiter, linger, etc. Both the human life and the brook encounter and overcome such obstacles. They make a perilous journey in order to reach their ultimate destination. The brook goes down to join the river, and the human beings see the end of the circle of life. So make your children invent sounds even for these slow movements and slow motions. Now, what kind of sounds will your children invent? So it is, required that you think of some exemplar student responses in your mind. So when it comes to really energetic sounds, your children could come up with something like shh in a group, which shows some energetic sound of the brook, or they may come up with better sounds. And when it is like really slow, they could come with shh or something very slow. So taking a book walk helps students to anticipate what they will read. Students then discuss together initially or think through independently what information they've gathered about the poem by knowing the title, author, illustrator, review, summary, etc. During the book walk with the children, talk about the setting, when and where. Have the children make their own storyboards of all the places that can be used for retelling this poem, or you can divide them into groups to draw the different places which have been shown in the poem. So if you actually look into the book, it has some illustrations on where the brook travels throughout its journey. What we want from you is to make your kids imagine on their own where the brook is traveling and create a storyboard for this poem by drawing all the places that they think the brook has traveled in. This not only encourages creative thinking and critical thinking, this also encourages art in them. After this is done, take the kids inside to the classroom, do a dramatic reading of this poem, or ask the kids to do a dramatic reading while doing a shared reading. Shared reading is the way in which kids read one by tagging each other. So ask the kids to do a dramatic reading of the poem, and I'm sure the kids will understand the poem much better by inventing sounds and also by drawing during the book walk. I hope this video was useful for you. Thank you so much.